Hello everyone, Carolyn here and welcome to today's tutorial. Today I will be showing you my own original design, the All Hallows Eve bracelet. It is a Halloween themed design. It is 8 pin bars wide and you will want your loom configuration set up like this with your two most center pin bars aligned, going up a staggered step, down a staggered step, and up a staggered step. I will be showing you band placement on this rendition. And so let's get started without further ado. First is our perimeter, which is the black in this rendition. I'm going to be using the lime green. I'm going to take 2 and go ahead and go across those 2 centermost pin bars, and then just work your way to the edge of your loom as usual. Nothing fancy smancy about this one. And again, up your loom as usual. I'm going to go 3 and then I'm going to show you how to close once I get the other side done. So again, you're just going to work your way to the edge of the loom on the opposite side and go straight up your loom. Oop, dropping bands. Alright, and to close it off, we're going to go up to the right at an angle, down to the right at an angle, back up to the right, and then you want to leave that centermost pin bar open because that's where your capping band is going to go, and you're going to repeat the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So you're going to go up to the left, down to the left, up and to the left. Okay, so that's what you want to do to begin and end your perimeter. On this rendition I went 22 pegs, and you can see it fits my wrist just perfect if that helps you. So I'm going to be going 22 again. So I'm going to go off, finish that up to the top, and then I'll be right back for our next band placement step. Now we are ready to move on to our next band placement step. We are going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar. And in this rendition, it is the black that you see going up the centers there. I'm going to be using the lime green again, or neon green, and what you're going to do is you're going to start on your 3rd pin bar. You're going to simply go up 2 and then in 1 and then up 2, and you are simply going to repeat that step all the way up your loom, but you have to move out to the left first to open up that. And now we're going to go up 2. Oops, excuse me, I'm sorry, I got off screen. So again, you want to go up to the left, then you're going to go up 2, up to the right, up 2, if I can get my bands to cooperate, and then continue by going out to the left, up 2, and repeating all the way up. Now I'm going to show you the opposite side, and by that time, hopefully, if you're confused, you won't be so confused, okay? So you're going to go up 2. Now you're going to mirror image into the left, and now up 2. Now mirror image again by going out to the right, up 2, and then again mirror image up to the left, and then up 2. Okay, and then repeating that the rest of the way up your loom. So I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and then I'll be right back. Alright everyone, so I've made it all the way to the top of the loom, and hopefully your loom looks something like this all the way to the top, and that's how it should look like when you close it off up there. Alright, and so we're fixing to move on to our next band placement step, but first I wanted to show you a funky band find. Isn't that odd? So I'll post that on Instagram later. Okay, so moving on with our next step, it is the orange that you see going along the centers here along with the black. I'm going to be using lime green jelly. What you're going to do is you're going to go forward twice. It is one. And then out to the right, or excuse me, left, and then I'm going to go forward twice again, and then into the right, and then repeat that because that's your pattern. So forward twice to up your loom, and then once to the left, forward twice. And this is the last time I'm going to show you on that one because it's a bit repetitive. So once you get it, I think you've got it. Again, mirror image, so straight forward, 2, and now out to the right, and then straight forward 2 more. And then into the left, straight forward 2, out to the right, straight forward 2, and then repeat that sequence all the way up your loom. Okay, so I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and then I'll be right back with our next band placement step. Alright everyone, I'm back, and your loom should look like this all the way to the top. And when you get to the top, it should end like that. So you're going to go forward twice, and then out to the left, forward twice, out to the right. Okay, so now we are ready to move on to our next band placement step. In this bracelet, it is the Persian purple that you see going up the center along there. I'm going to be using the jelly purple. We're going to be working with our 4th and 5th pin bar, and what we're going to do is simply place X's all the way up your loom. So out to the left, or excuse me, out to the right, up to the left, again to the right, left, right, and left, and then continue all the way up your loom. Easy peasy steps. So I'm going to go off, finish that up, and then I'll be right back with our next band placement step. Alright everyone, I'm back, and we are ready to move on with our next band placement step. In this rendition, it is the sweet orange that you see going up underneath the orange and black on either side. And we're going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar. I'm going to be using the neon yellow. What you're going to do is go from the 3rd to the 4th up at an angle, and then you're just going to continue that all the way up your loom. So you're just going to zigzag all the way up your loom between that 3rd and 4th pin bar. If I can get mine to lay it right. Okay, so just continuing that up your loom, and then coming back and doing the same thing opposite side for the 4th and 5th pin bar, or excuse me, 5th and 6th pin bar. So you're just going to continue zigzagging all the way up your loom till you reach the top. Alright, it's a pretty easy step, so I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and then I'll be right back with our next band placement step. Alright everyone, I'm back, and we are ready for our next band placement step. We are going to be working with the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th pin bars. We are going to be placing the purple Persian that you see going along here. Okay, and I'm going to be using the jelly purple again. Now you want to start off with 2 of your bands going up and to the left. Okay, and that's 2 on either side, and this one's going to be up and to the right. If I can get them to lay right. Okay, and now what we're simply going to do is zigzag the remainder of the loom. Again, just going straight up. Okay, so just working your zigzag all the way up your loom, left to right, all the way up the left side. Again, starting back off with 1 and zigzagging all the way up your loom till you get to the top. Now when you get to the top, you want to end with 2 on either side. Okay, so I'm going to go off, finish that up to the top, and then I'll be back for our next band placement step. Alright everyone, I'm back, and we are ready for our final band placement steps. First, I'm going to be showing you the sweet orange that you see running along the edges here and there on that side. I'm going to be using the neon yellow again. And what you're going to do is on the 1st and 2nd pin bar, just place a single zigzag all the way up your loom. It is not necessary to start with a double. just a single zigzag all the way up your loom between that first and second pin bar, alternating your way up. Same thing, mirror image for the 7th and 8th pin bar. So single band all the way up, alternating, get untwisted, left and right all the way up your loom. Okay, and I'm trying to get to a certain point so I can show you another band placement step, which is going to be our final besides our capping bands, which these are our capping bands. But what we're going to do is take a single cap band in this bracelet. It is the orange that you see going along the center there and the center there, and you're just going to place a single, a single band, triple looped 3 times on each one of your pin bars, going all the way up your second. Well, that was 3. Come on, done. I can get them right. And if it's easier for you to use your hook, go ahead and do so. It's a little harder for me. Okay, so again, just your single band, wrapping around 3 times, all the way up your second pin bar, and all the way up your 7th pin bar. Single band 3 times. Very easy. Time consuming, but easy. Again, single band, triple looped. Okay, so you're going to continue that all the way up your loom. Then I'll be back to show you our capping bands and to begin our looming steps. Be right back. Alright everyone, I'm back and we are ready to place our final capping bands and to begin looming. I'm going to take 2 of my lime green and I'm going to wrap them around my centermost 2 pin bars twice. That's 5 and 6. Then I'm going to take a single band, wrap it around my 8th 3 times, and around my first 3 times. We will be placing 2 additional bands as capping bands, but we're going to do a little bit of looming before we do that, so it doesn't leave the design as unclean. Okay, so again, 1 across, 1 triple looped on the 1st and the 8th, 2 double on the 4th and 5th. And to begin our looming steps, what we're going to do is go into our first pin bar and grab our diagonal band and simply loom it back to itself all the way up our loom. So going all the way up, just working our way left and right, bringing each one of those bands back to their corresponding home post all the way up your loom. Okay, and I'm going to stop right there and show you the opposite side. So again, go into the 8th, pull into the 7th, and then work each band back to their corresponding home post all the way up your loom. Okay, and once you get that done all the way up your loom for the 1st and 2nd, 7th and 8th pin bars, what you're going to do is come back and lift this diagonal band off that peg. So every band that's been looped to that 7th peg, you're just going to simply lift it up over the peg. Same thing for the 1st and 2nd pin bars. Everything that was looped to the 2nd pin bar, you're just going to take off that topmost band. Okay, so I'm going to continue that all the way up the loom and I'll come back as soon as I'm done with that. Alright everyone, we're back and we're ready to move on to our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th pin bar, always pulling from the 2nd to the 3rd and the 7th to the 6th. So we're going to go into our 2nd pin bar. We're going to grab our 2 most bands. This is the one you should have 2 on, and loom them back to their home post and continue that all the way up your loom. So just going in, grabbing each one of those bands, looming them back to their corresponding home post all the way up your loom for that 2nd and 3rd pin bar. Okay, so once you get done doing that all the way up your loom, you're going to come back into the looming roach steps. You're going to grab the 2 most bottom bands and lift them up and around your pin bar, all the way up your loom. Two most bottom bands of that color up and around. Okay, same thing, mirror image, opposite side. So you're going to go into the 7th, always pulling back to the 6th, all the way up your loom. And then you're going to continue that up your loom. When you get all the way up, you're going to come back and again grab your two most bands, lift them up and around, all the way up your loom. Okay, and now that we have that step complete, I'm going to push that those bands down on those outermost pin bars. Then we're going to take two more of our perimeter colors and we're going to add our capping band now. Our triple loop cap band. It will stay. That just gives it a little bit of a cleaner look. Okay. So you're going to continue that step all the way up your loom, pulling from the 2nd to the 3rd, the 7th to the 6th, complete the looming rope step all the way up, and then add your capping bands on your 3rd and your 6th pin bar. Okay, so I'm going to go off, finish those up, and then I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright everyone, we're back and we're ready to move on to our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the 3rd and grab our diagonal band and just loom them back to their corresponding home post all the way up the loom. So just zigzagging all the way back up. Okay. Last time on this side. And same thing, mirror image for the opposite side. So you're going to go in, grab that band, and just zigzag all the way up the loom. Okay, so you're going to continue that all the way up your loom. I'm going to come back when I finish that up and we'll move on with our next looming step. Alright everyone, I'm back. We're going to be working with our 5th and 6th pin bars, working our X's all the way up the loom. So what you want to do is go in here and grab your topmost band, which should be going to the left, cross it back going to the right, and continue all the way up your loom. So grabbing your topmost band, to the left, to the right, just working the X's all the way up your loom. Okay, last one with you because this is a very easy step. I'm sure you already have it. And there you are. So just continue the rest of the way up your loom and I'll be back for our next looming step. Alright everyone, I'm back, and before we move on to our next looming step, we actually have a de-looming step to make. We're just going to grab that band that's on our 3rd pin bar all the way up and lift it around that pin bar. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing, mirror image, for the 6th pin bar. Just go in and lift it up and around that peg all the way up your loom. Okay, so I'm going to go off, finish that up, and then I'll be right back. Alright everyone, I'm back and we are ready to move on to our next looming step. Now on that last looming step, when you got to the top, you didn't want to pull this one up and over because there's nothing to kind of hold it, so you want to just leave it on the pin. Okay, just wanted to make sure I told you that so your bracelet doesn't fall apart. So what we're going to do, we're going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar, working our lines up our loom. We're going to work into the 3rd pin bar, grab our diagonal, pull it back to its home post, and we're going to pull each band in the sequence of bands all the way back up to their home post. So in other words, just loom them back however they are placed on the loom. No fancy looming, just straight back to their corresponding home post all the way up your loom. Okay, so this is going to be the last time on this side, and I'll do the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So you're going to go in, pull back to your home post, and one of my capping bands came off, so I'll put that back. And then again, just follow all the way up your loom back to the corresponding home post. Okay, it's a very easy step once you get the color sequence, and you're just going to follow that. Oop, I'm sorry, I've been way off camera, sorry guys. So again, just follow it back all the way up, looming everything back to their corresponding home post. Okay, easy step. So I'm gonna go off, finish that up, and then I'll be right back. Alright everyone, I'm back and we are ready to move on with our next looming step. We are again going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar, working our pattern up our loom. We're going to go into our 3rd, grab our straightforward band. Mine's my green, whatever your corresponding color is. And just like on the last step, we are going to loom everything back to their corresponding home post all the way up the loom, just following the pattern straight up the loom. Okay, very easy step, so I'm going to stop on that one. And then same thing, mirror image for your opposite side. So you're just going to go into your 6th pin bar and work inward and just follow the, if I can get it on there, the pattern all the way up your loom. Get on there. Working straight up. Okay. And once you get done with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you the closure. So you're going to come back and then just work all of your perimeter bands back to their corresponding home post, all the way up your loom. I'm going to pause there, and again work your perimeter all the way to the outside of your loom, and then straight up your loom, continuing all the way up, and then you can follow it back into the center and close it up. I'm going to go off, finish those last steps up, and then I'll be right back with our finished rendition. Be right back. Alright everyone, I'm back and I have gotten our All Hallows Eve bracelet off of the loom, and hopefully your rendition looks something like this. If you have enjoyed today's tutorial, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe by hitting the little button below. And that'll be it for today. Loom on, loomers. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.